Welcome back. Today we're here with EMT Mood.
Welcome back, guys. We're in for another video. We have been on a little hiatus for a little while, but we back in, giving you the content you need. We just had a recent idea, so we might be doing other little reactions to other genres and short films and stuff. So stay tuned. Please give some advice or some suggestions on what you want to see. We ask you this all the time, but we're gonna start venturing out. What tonight?
Today we're reacting to 3 disturbing true horror stories animated by YNC Entertainment. Without further ado,
back on the horror train.
See how this one's going.
First story.
My name is Otto, and I've had a few paranormal experiences in my life. This one happened several years ago when I was living in Longview. At the time, I often went to my boyfriend's grandparents' house with him. It was close to where I lived, and I really liked them. One day, he and I went there with 2 other friends. After we arrived, we all gathered around and downloaded a Ouija board app on my phone. We were really into paranormal stuff, and honestly, we weren't scared at all. We tried it a few times and came into contact with several spirits. 2 of them were far more specific than the others.
I was saying several spirits.
The first spirit we encountered said her name was Peggy. We asked her simple questions, things like, how did you die? And are you trapped here? She claimed she had drowned in a swamp. Coincidentally, there was a filthy, trash-filled swamp directly behind my boyfriend's grandparents' house. One of our friends got scared and begged us to stop, saying she didn't want to hear anymore. We said goodbye to the spirit and tried the app a few more times, but this time...
I ain't gonna lie, why are they doing that to her, bro?
What? I don't know, this is crazy. Anyone who plays with Ouija boards... Oh, let me give you a short story right now. I think I was in grade... Okay, I'm with all my guy friends. I won't name them, and one girlfriend. And yeah, so we had a little treehouse, okay? Outside of our middle school, down in the little Malvern that we live in. There's multiple schools, so if you want to guess, you guess. If you know me, you know. But anyways, sorry. I don't mind. I'm open. Anyways, they can search me out. They'll find me. Anyways, we had a treehouse. We had our own little treehouse. We used to set up brick branches that we can climb up and sit and even chill. I took a nap a few times. Trust me, I was bust. So one time we went into the next treehouse because we saw that something fell down. So we thought it was a meteorite. We thought a meteorite crashed. Just to go into there and find older kids playing with a Ouija board. And we just felt super unsettled, right? And I don't know what happened, but the whole place got ripped down. The whole top trees and stuff, when they were in there, we left because we this does not feel cool. We're whatever. We left, and the whole top part of the trees and the tree part and the branches came down in on them while they were in there, and all you hear is screaming. So we look out from our hideout, what's going on, and all you see is the top of the tree branches collapsing in, and they're running out screaming. So don't play with Ouija boards because the powers is real, and thank God we left. But one person got injured. They mashed up their leg, they fractured their ankle, and they couldn't walk for a good while. So don't play with Ouija boards. That's just my own little personal experience, and ever since then I don't mess with nobody or stay around none of that stuff. So, but yeah, don't play with those stuff.
Can't play with the principles of
the powers and principalities.
Yeah, you can't play.
Now you got it. You got it.
That shit, man.
A spirit appeared that refused to give us its name.
Oh.
The friend who had been scared of Peggy started saying she had a really bad feeling about it.
Yeah.
We all laughed it off, and just to mess with her, we asked the spirit, "Do you like us?" The planchette moved to no, and at that exact moment, my phone screen began to flicker very faintly. We were all terrified and immediately closed the app. Later that night, everyone went home. I begged my grandmother, who I was living with at the time, to let me stay the night at my boyfriend's grandparents' house.
Oh.
Our families were close, so it wasn't unusual, and she agreed. My boyfriend and I decided to make the night a little more special. So we grabbed some drinks, we watched YouTube, took small sips, and talked.
So she lives with her grandmother, and they visit his grandparents, and she asked her grandmother to stay at his house, and since they know each other family fine, they let her. But I'm trying to figure out where's their parents? Do they only have grandparents?
I mean, these guys seem older, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry if they don't have parents, but yeah, that's actually pretty cool that the grandparents are close friends. I don't know. That's kind of cool to me.
At one point, he got up to use the bathroom. When this happened, I was sitting on the top bunk, curled with my back against the wall. I could hear him coughing in the bathroom right next to his mirror, so I assumed he'd be back at any moment and relaxed a bit. I swear my eyes were closed, yet I could still see the mirror across the room, the
I know
dresser,
those ones.
the TV,
I know
and the
those
game
ones.
console. Then someone started talking to me. A cold but gentle hand brushed a strand of hair away from my face, and a voice softly asked, "Are you okay, baby?"
Bruh,
Without
I'm
thinking, I
gone.
answered, "Yeah, why?" The hand stayed on my cheek, or at least the cold sensation did. Then the voice asked, "Will you carry my baby?"
Nah, she's fucking drunk. She's so fucking drunk. You think I'm gonna have her put her cold ass hands on me and I'm not gonna flip automatically? That'll
Or
piss me
look
off.
or something.
Something, bro. She's drunk out her mind. Cause first of all, she's saying she can see through like her fucking shut eyes and shit.
I
like
felt that though. Like, I am so sensitive to feelings and stuff and etc. When I close my eyes, I also have a pretty good like memory, like picture memory. So when I close my eyes, literally I can see everything and the details of everything without looking at it.
Well,
so I get that part. But the fact that you felt something brush your face, you didn't think to look, or you felt something cold on your face and you didn't think to like jump at the coldness, like,
bro.
and then what, the voice? Like you said, a voice.
I'm just saying.
If it doesn't sound like your boyfriend, then
I know that hand does not feel like her boyfriend's hand to begin with. That shit looks crony as shit, brother. What is that? Like, I'm just saying, and the only time I'm seeing through my eyelids is if I'm drunk as shit. Like, there's no other way. Like, I'm doing that shit, bro. So she's automatically out of it.
I'm not getting it. Does she not recognize the voice? Like, that's what she said, a voice. So if it's
Are you okay, baby?
like, I would 100% open my eyes and be like, is that you? Like, even on the phone, sometimes he answers the phone and I'm like, Marvin?
Nah, that ain't me. Can't lie. I'm just saying though, bro, she's tripping and clearly she does not know her partner's voice or the touch, because what the actual is that shit going on? Like, what is that?
I got scared, but I assumed my boyfriend was just
her
drunk
cheeks,
and
like,
messing
what?
with me. I replied, "Maybe when we're older, but not now, baby." The voice became more insistent. It started to distort, twisting into something deeper and unfamiliar, repeating over and over, "Will you carry my baby?" I kept saying, no, this isn't funny anymore. Please stop. Then I heard my boyfriend's voice say, "Who are you talking to?" Everything went completely black. I snapped my eyes open and saw my boyfriend looking at me, his face full of concern. "I was talking to you," I said, assuming he was joking. "I just walked back from the bathroom," he said, even more worried. "I heard you talking to someone." Without hesitation, I jumped off the bunk bed and screamed at him to stop messing with me, that he was scaring me. He grabbed my hand and we ran out of the room into the living room. I couldn't understand what had just happened. I collapsed onto the couch and explained everything, crying because I genuinely felt like my life was in danger. He started tearing up too. As I told him what I had experienced, I realized something. He wasn't lying. Whoever touched me and spoke to me, it wasn't him. Neither of us slept that night. We sat in the living room until around 6 or 7 in the morning, then went into the bedroom, grabbed our things, and left for my house. As soon as I got home, I went straight to my room, curled up, and tried to sleep. Later, when I started looking things up, I came across old myths and legends about demons that drain life from women while they sleep. I hope I never experience anything like that again. It's too difficult to explain to others and even to myself.
That shit was different, bro.
That night, I felt like I was losing my mind. I wanted to share this story because I used to believe that demons like that only existed in books. I never thought they could be real.
No, they're real. I want you guys to know 100% right now, demons are real. Power and principalities. No matter what religion, whether you, like, that's another thing. I don't know, God forgive me, but I don't know how atheists don't believe there's something evil out there, because, you know, there's always something evil out there. There's always something good and there's always something evil. So remember this, there are evil spirits. Boom. And just, you gotta be careful. Simple. Fact. Simple.
Well, next one, the woman who glowed. Let's see what this one's about.
I want to share a story my grandmother used to tell me when I was a kid. She told me a lot of stories growing up, but this one always stuck with me. It was strange, sad, and deeply unsettling in a way I never forgot. When my grandmother was about 10 years old, around 10 years before the partition of India and Pakistan, she was living in Goa, India. Her family was deeply Catholic, and the church was a big part of their daily lives. Every Sunday, after Sunday school ended, my grandmother and her friends would play in the church garden while they waited for their parents to come pick them up. My grandmother's name was Alice, and she had 3 close friends, Ella, Jacqueline, and Marilyn. Ella was different from the others. She was an orphan, and there was always something distant about her, like she was half lost in thought. While the other kids laughed and ran around, Ella would sometimes say she could see people that no one else could see. Some of the kids found that uncomfortable, but my grandmother was always kind to her.
No, one thing, if you had a friend and they could always tell you like, oh, I'm seeing this spirit or I'm seeing other people that are not there, other things, like, would you feel comfortable in that person?
Yep, I lock in with them.
You lock in with them?
Yeah, especially when I don't feel sinister feeling from them, and you can genuinely like tell that they're going through something. They can see something. They're like, they believe it's real, and they're not like, evil. Then yeah, like I'm gonna believe you. Like, what's going on? Like, what do you see? Do you want to go somewhere else? Like, is it making you feel uncomfortable? Like, obviously.
See, that would make you a good friend in my eyes. I can't lie to you. Because there's times when I'm actually like outside with people and I genuinely feel like uneasy or there's something really going on. And
I always trust that. If I can't feel it, I thank God that someone with me feels it, and I just trust them. Because 100%, I believe. 100%, I believe there's stuff that you can't see. And if I have someone that's aware of it and I'm not, I'm coming with you. Let's go. Let's go. I trust you. Before some final destination, when they have the visions and final destination, the plane is going down. I'm like, we off.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. If we're going on a flight and you really tell me like you feel uneasy to go on this flight, that's questionable because we paid for those tickets from like however long before the date. Now we're there. We're going through. More. Your life is worth more. Of course it is, but I'm just saying like sometimes it could just be.
No, yeah, if it's just an unsettling, like, I feel sick or nauseous, then, I'll support you and get you uncomfortable enough to take the flight. But if you're saying you're having visions of the plane crashing, we're gone. My life was worth more than that ticket. 100%.
So, yeah, honestly,
100%.
It just depends, bro. It depends on the situation, for real. I'm not saying just opt out of every situation that someone feels uneasy, but just,
use your better judgment and don't ever think, that you're higher than the situation. Always consider and have some humility,
Facts.
So, yeah.
All right.
But that's good. This granny is a good friend. 100%. Alice is a good friend, too. Was it Ella?
I think it's Ella.
One day, while they were playing in the garden, Ella suddenly stopped. She said she could hear someone calling her name. None of the other girls heard anything. Curious, Ella slowly walked toward a large palm tree near the edge of the garden. Sitting on the ground beneath it was a woman. According to Ella, the woman was breathtakingly beautiful. She wore a soft, white dress that looked like silk, glowed almost like an angel, and smelled faintly of jasmine. Ella talked with the woman for a while. When Sunday school ended, one of the nuns from the orphanage came to call Ella back. Before leaving, Ella pulled my grandmother aside and told her about the woman.
Alice, I met a woman today. She's so beautiful and she smells like jasmine. She looks like a bride and she lives near that tree. We're gonna meet here every Sunday, so I won't be playing with you guys anymore.
Then Ella made my grandmother promise not to tell anyone, and because she was a good friend, my grandmother kept that promise. As time passed, Ella changed. She became happier, more outgoing. She got deeply involved in church activities, and there was something about her, almost like she had a glow. Jacqueline and Marilyn, who had always been the most popular and active girls at church, grew jealous of her. They even told my grandmother she should stop being friends with Ella. Instead, my grandmother chose to distance herself from them.
That's not the spirit of
When my
God.
grandmother eventually told Ella about this, Ella didn't seem surprised at all.
She already told me this would happen.
Ella said. That's when my grandmother finally asked her what she and the woman had been talking about every Sunday all that time. Even now, her answer still gives me chills.
What?
Ella said,
Alice, remember how I told you I can see people others can't? She's one of them. She told me I was given a gift by God and that my parents are watching over me from His side. But she also told me something sad, that I won't live very long. That's why I have to enjoy life and why we shouldn't stay too far apart. She told me to forgive Jacqueline and Marilyn. She said resentment only poisons our hearts. And whenever she hugs me, it feels warm, like being held by my mother.
For years, my grandmother listened to Ella talk about the woman and the lessons that she learned from her. She didn't fully believe any of it, not until the war began. Ella passed away. Soon after, my grandmother's family fled and eventually moved to Pakistan. Even decades later, my grandmother never forgot Ella. She never knew whether Ella's experiences were real or just the imagination of a lonely child. But one thing was certain. That mysterious woman changed Ella's life. And even now, I sometimes think about this story and wonder, did Ella really see an angel?
Ain't gonna lie. That could have been an angel, brother. I can't lie.
Like, you know, they were quoting stuff from the Bible, like in, you know, Christianity that we learn in our religion that, you know, to forgive, don't hold resentment and all that. That's another thing. Forgiveness is not for ourselves. Forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for ourselves. It's to free our hearts, free our mind, soften us, to not brew negative things and grow, like, I don't know, angry or bitter, right? So, I don't know, based on all the stuff that Ella was talking with the girl, seemed like it was positive stuff. It made her feel better. She had a glow, she had a light. In the Bible, in our religion, Christianity, it says, when you get closer to God, we have a light about us. There's a glow. People are drawn to you. You're a beacon. You know, people will be jealous when they don't understand. So, yeah. And then, one of the gifts in the Bible is seeing spirits that are not in the flesh. So, you know, this story kind of aligns with the Christianity that they were showing and what we learn in nowadays in that religion. So I agree. Like, I genuinely think maybe she did see an angel. Yeah. That's a really nice story. I like that one.
Just rest in peace to all the people that lost their lives.
In war, yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
Rest in peace.
You know, she died at a young age, clearly, brother. Like, that's actually messed up.
Yeah,
so.
that hurts my feelings. No one should die, but especially children, bro.
Yeah, facts. But even right now, bro, just like, war's going on, bro. People are really losing their lives, man. So just, you know, just pray for these guys.
Yeah, we're definitely keeping everyone in prayers. Like, old, young, men, women, sick in health. We just pray that more lives are not lost than they're supposed to, because you can't prevent lives from being taken, right? But I hope it's not a giant casualty, you know? And leave it in God's hands. But we send out our prayers and hope you guys send out prayers too, because there's a lot of crazy stuff happening in the world nowadays. Forgiveness needs to be active. Understanding. Next story. True forest horror story.
This happened.
I hate forest horror stories. I always
My
think
mom
when you
was
go to
7
forest,
years old.
there's something better
Back
gonna
then,
happen.
my mom and my grandmother often went into the
this.
forest to pick mushrooms and wild berries. They did it almost every week, and even now, they still go sometimes. One day, after collecting a lot, they were on their way back home. That's when my grandmother accidentally bumped into a man on the trail. They both apologized and went their separate ways.
He looks so creepy.
My mom noticed that the man had a strange, unpleasant smell, but she didn't think much of it.
That man stunk.
A little while later, the same man appeared again, and this time he was following them. He asked, "Are you here to pick mushrooms?" They both said yes. My grandmother replied,
Yes, but we're heading home now.
Then the man said, "Follow me. I know a place where there are a lot of mushrooms." At that moment, my grandmother felt a chill run down her spine.
At that point,
She told him they needed to go home quickly. My mom was tired too and just wanted to leave. But the man wouldn't stop. He kept insisting that they follow him again and again.
for all you women out there, bro, just make sure you have a weapon on you. I'm not gonna lie.
100%.
Have something on you, bro. Cause
Pepper spray, pocket knife.
no means no, my guy. No
A
means
whistle.
no, my guy.
Yeah, like,
You know what I mean?
and you know how intimidating it is as a woman for, like, any man, whether you're tiny or you're big, you're skinny, you're fat, to persistently, like, over and over push themselves upon you and push things upon, because you feel like if I turn my back on this guy,
He could
what is he
attack
gonna
you.
do? Yeah, what is he gonna
Take
do
you
to
away.
me?
Throw you into his van. Throw you in the
Something.
bushes.
And the funny thing is, like, yes, some women are not weak and they are strong and they can overpower people. But when men get in them sometimes and they have their adrenaline pumping, the weakest man can get strong and take on a 200-pound lady if he wants that.
I don't know about that, bro.
No, 100%.
Well, obviously.
Just
yeah,
like
but I'm just
women,
saying, like,
you've seen the women be able to lift a car to
Yeah,
protect. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when
I mean,
the body is unpredictable.
I'm
So
just saying.
saying.
It'd be one thing if she had her, it was just her, but she has her daughter.
Yeah,
there,
that's even
a
scarier.
man could just grab her daughter and
See,
be like,
that's so
"You better
scary.
surrender right
You
now."
have to protect
like,
yourself and someone else, bro.
Yeah, it's fucked up. But you know what? That's why you gotta be careful, man. Just have your bear spray on you, bro. Have some type of weapon on you for real, because these niggas don't listen at all.
He kept persisting, like, come on, and no mushrooms, come.
Yeah.
No mushrooms.
Yeah.
Watch
Let's see
the
though.
mushrooms be on a whole bunch of dead bodies. Like, please.
Yeah.
Fuck that love.
Finally, they started running, and he ran after them. When they were almost out of the forest, the man suddenly stopped.
Was he
He just
chopped?
stood there, staring at them, with a strange, unreadable expression.
You're lucky
They
you're
ran
near
all the way
exit,
home. About 3 days later, my mom and grandmother went back to the forest
They
to
went
pick
back?
more mushrooms.
I can't lie. I would have filed a police report,
Yeah.
and I would not go back until I found that they caught this
Yeah,
guy. 'Cause
I
this
would have
guy-
told them to check out the area or something. If they come back to me and say they don't find nothing, I would let them make it known that, hey, I'm going to the forest in this day at this time. If I'm not back in 24 hours, I'm missing.
You're
Search the
missing?
forest. Yeah, like search the forest.
Bro,
But then let someone know, you know what I'm saying? Leave a voice
Bro,
note,
but
leave a written note, something. If they don't find him and they did their investigation.
I'm just saying, bro.
Because what? I'm
I
not going to
hope-
stop my life and stop picking my mushrooms
I hope-
because of him.
I hope he doesn't get gurney though, bro. Because
They should have waited a week.
She tracked the first time. I don't know if she could do it this time again, bro. I really don't.
This one they're younger, see? Like, you know?
Nah, she don't look that young. I can't
Granny,
lie.
no, because remember, he's talking about his mom and his grandmother.
I know. I'm just
So
saying his
they
mom
look
was
younger.
clearly the younger girl
Yeah,
at the
no,
time,
but
and it's Granny's.
Granny's
but
not
I'm saying
old.
Granny's not old, but she looked like she older, bro. Like,
Yeah, I guess.
so
You never
shit.
know.
We'll see though. We'll
Yeah.
see what Granny's
They
saying.
should-
This
waited at least
time,
7
they
days,
took a
bro.
different path. As soon as they entered, they saw several police cars. It looked like a crime scene. Later, they found out that it really was one. A police officer approached them and asked if they had seen anything suspicious. My grandmother told him about the man who had followed them. The officer then showed her a photo and asked, "Is this the man? He's
Yeah.
our main suspect." My grandmother froze. It was him, the same creepy man who had chased them. She was absolutely sure. She asked the officer.
What happened? What did he do?
The officer told her that a young woman had been brutally murdered in the forest. My grandmother was terrified. My mom started crying uncontrollably. A few weeks later, a letter arrived at their house. Because they were witnesses, my grandmother was summoned to court. She testified about what she had seen. In the end, the man was found guilty of murder and sentenced to life in prison.
Good for his ass.
About a week later, news came out that he had confessed. He admitted that he had killed 2 other women. The girl in the forest wasn't his only victim. After that, my mom and grandmother felt relieved. They slowly began going back to the forest again. But 4 years later, something else happened. There was a prison break in the area. Rumors spread that about 7 inmates had escaped, including him. After hearing that, they were too scared to ever return. They never went back to that forest again. Sometimes I still think about what could have happened to them. What if they had followed him to get more mushrooms?
Right? What if they followed him to get more mushrooms? You were never going to get more mushrooms following
Real
him.
life, bro. Real life.
Never going to get more mushrooms when you're following him.
And you know what? Some guys really don't make it easy for themselves, especially when they're murked. Like, I know there's some nice guys out there that are like kind of, they're murked and it's like, I'm a good guy, cool, yeah, cool. But there's some really murked guys out here that are really weirdos, brother. And you really gotta watch out for those guys. I'm not gonna lie. And you know what's funny?
But he's not wrong. There are some nice guys who are like ugly and creepy.
And people really look at them like they're messed up, but they're generally not.
They're just awkward. They did
Yeah,
like some of
like-
them have autism, some of them have other mental issues, some of them have not, like, they've been homeschooled. So, like, obviously if you get that bad feeling, like, you trust your gut, but you shouldn't treat everyone
like
Yeah.
that just because of how they look. I can't lie to you.
Because I have a few friends, like, I thought they were creepy and weird, but when you talk to them, they're just to themselves. That's how they are.
Yeah.
But they're really genuinely kind and caring people. They wouldn't even hurt a fly or insect, so, yeah.
Yeah, but watch out for the pretty boys though.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Search it up. Search it up how much pretty boys was be murdering women's because the women's just be coming and flocking to them.
Yeah, and it's,
Look at P. Diddy. Look at it. They thought he was music royalty. That everyone wanted a slice of that guy, right?
I ain't gonna lie.
Watch.
I said pretty boy. I don't know how did he
Watch.
got that up,
Because the P.
Yeah.
But watch. You have to be careful, bro. Epstein, he was a very charming individual, remember? So, just saying.
Nah, I think they're only charming because they got money.
No, some people are genuinely like they can keep conversation.
Oh yeah,
you know?
you beautiful, you long.
Weird.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But whatever the case may be, man, that was the video, guys. Let us know what you guys think about it. Comment down below, like, subscribe, and we'll bring some more.
Okay, and what? We're out.
Yeah. Just let us know what is your favorite part of this video.
P-N-A-J.
Signing out.
Let us know.